What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? It's me, your partner, man, Cartoon One. Man, I'm back again, man. Y'all know it's story time, man. It's story time. Hey, man, look, y'all see me in my lokes, in my big giant lokes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, do I look cool? I don't know. I feel cool, so I put them on. I said, man, listen, I'm finna do my video with my big old giant glasses on. I can see good, man. But I wear my sunglasses at night so I can. That's some white boy music. Y'all might not know nothing about that. Anyway, man, y'all can tell from the title. Man, this is a story about, man, when we got the scuffling in the kitchen in prison. I'm going to just tell the story. Y'all going to hear it. Man, listen. All right, when I first got locked up in Alabama prison, the very first job I had, I was a GED tutor. You know what I'm saying? I've always been quite smart. So I was a GED tutor, and I was doing that for a minute. I ended up being let go behind some other stuff. And so while I was between jobs, I decided, you know what, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get a trade. Even though it was early in my sentence, everybody, dudes at school me like, man, you got to get them trades when you go for parole. It look good. You know what I'm saying? They had a bunch of trades and, you know what I'm saying, drug programs and AA and all this old stuff. You want to try to get all that stuff under your belt. Now, with me just starting out, I'm trying to get it all in. Now, why, I don't know. I still had 15 years before they was even going to attempt to look at me for parole. You know what I'm saying? I had a 15-year setup before, they started looking at me for parole. Anyway, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get it. But now, the real reason what made me get this trade, is because I'm greedy. Now, the first trade I got was called Quality Foods. Now, anybody that was in the prison at that time, they know what Quality Foods was. A culinary class. You went in there, you cooked all type of stuff, you ate good, and you just, you learned how, as they say, how to cook, become like what they call a sous chef, and they had like different little categories that you can learn in this class. And so I went on and joined it, because now dudes told me like, man, big homie, man, you get up in there, you get to eat, and you don't got to eat the same food that we eat. Because you eat what you cook. But you cook and you learn how to cook different things. And that's what you eat. So I'm like, you know what, man? I'm finna get in this class. I'm finna go ahead and get in this class. So I went on, jumped in it. It was cool at first. Man, it was cool. Man, we cooking some of everything. You name it, we cooking it up. We cooking it up and we eating it up. I'm like, shoot. Man, I should have been gotten this class. I should have been, jumped in this one. And, so it got to, where we would cook, and a lot of the stuff that we would cook, the police, not the police dude, but the instructor, he would let us bring it back. And if the police wasn't tripping at the what they call a crossover gate, we could go ahead and just take it back to our, take it back to ourselves, take it back to our block. So every day I was bringing something exotic back, and I was at the time, I had that bread still, so I wasn't selling nothing. I'm eating my food, dudes. You be like, dang, Big Kelly, man, I got this and this, man. What y'all cooking tomorrow? What y'all cooking tomorrow? Man, we cooking this, we cooking that. We cooking this, we cooking that. So like, okay. So anyway. Time goes on, time goes on. Y'all know that's my saying. Anyway, so time goes on. We had a contest coming up. Where it was a bake-off. You know what I'm saying? And you pick whatever you gonna bake, however you found what you was gonna bake or picked it, that was on you. You pick it, you bake it, and the free world instructor was gonna judge it. Cool. So now he paired us up. You had to pull a name out the hat. You had to pull a name out the hat, and whatever name you pulled out the hat, that's who you was paired up with. I pulled a name out the hat, and I never forget. I was paired up with this white dude named Tommy. Now I've been knowing Tommy Well, I can say I end up knowing Tommy my whole bid. I hadn't known him that long then. Matter of fact, I was just meeting him in the class. But I end up knowing him my whole entire bid. My whole entire bid, I'd end up knowing Tommy. Tommy in later years, I think he's still around, but I know in later years he was doing kind of bad. He had something called Crohn's. I don't know if y'all hip to Crohn's, but it's like an irritable bowel syndrome, or no, it's like his stomach was messing up on him real bad. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been a form of stomach cancer, intestinal cancer, but he had it, and it got worse and worse as the years went by. But at this time, it wasn't really that bad. At this time, it was I think 1997. At this time, so anyway, me and Tommy paired up. And so Tommy was like, what we gonna make? What we gonna make? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? So we going through the process of trying to pick and figure out what we were gonna hook up. So me and Tommy, we agreed, we come together, we agreed we were gonna make a pineapple upside down cake with an Oreo cookie crust on the bottom. Oh, skeet. Gosh darn. Man. Like, we can hook it up, we can do it. Now, of course, I already had cooking and baking skills up under my belt before I ever come to prison. Because, growing up, mama gonna always teach you how to, cook and how to prepare stuff for yourself, how to survive. So I knew how to cook, you know what I'm saying? But I've always had an affinity for the baking goods, you know what I'm saying? I can go to a place, like, for instance, like if we go to a smorgasbord, like, what's the one we go to out here? Golden Corral. We go to the Golden Corral. I can't eat a lot of the chicken, the meat, the ribs, potatoes, fries, tacos, whatever, all of what you call regular food. I can only eat a certain amount of that, and I get full real quick. But now I can turn around and almost put a whole cake on my plate, and I'm Gucci. I'm good. I'm good to go. I can eat that, man. It's like I'm a bottomless pit when it comes to the sweets. But, I my tank fill up real quick on that regular solid food. But anyway, so I've always had an affinity for bacon. And so me and Tommy decided we was going to hook this up. We was going to do it. Everybody now, we don't know. Now, everybody had to bake something. It had to be something baked, some type of dessert, like form stuff. So now everybody, even though we running around the kitchen, we doing this, we doing that, we doing this and we doing that. It was about 20 people in the class. So you had 10 different groups, you know what I'm saying? Two by two grouped up, but you had 10 different groups cooking stuff. So anyway, everybody, I'm trying to peek and look and see what everybody doing. We hooked our thing up, man. Never forget it, man. It was jumping. I knew for a fact we were gonna win. Man, we had that thing. We had it on a big sheet pan, a big old sheet pan. Man, had them whole pineapple rings sitting on it, had that glaze, had that crunchy crust on it. The bread part of it was sweet, nice, buttery, and tender. Oh, the glaze was so good. Then, bam! Man, we had that Oreo cookie crust sitting on the top of that thing, man. On the bottom of that thing. Oh, look here, boy, look here. Woo! Man, couldn't be beat. When we finished baking, we had it sitting up. Man. Now, here's where things get funky. Here's where it gets funky. Whew. Had to get that H2O, that water break, man. Here's where it get funky, man. You got a dude in the class. I don't know if he was retarded. The elevator didn't go to the top floor. I don't know. Look, something had to have been wrong with this clown. So now, as time going on throughout this day, and you know, people finish with with whatever they were baking, we got it sitting up, got it cooling, letting it cool, letting it do whatever it do. Um, I'ma just put it out there into the raw to y'all, man. We had a clown. We had a clown in the class took it upon himself to go to my pineapple upside down cake with the Oreo cookie crust and chop him a big old piece out of it. Hold on, y'all know y'all got what? This fool done came and chopped a big piece. I ain't talking about no little corner piece where we gonna taste it. This chump chopped a big piece out my pineapple upside down Oreo cookie crunch cake. I was hurt. Man, listen. I had took my eye off of it. Tommy had took his eye off of it. Everybody got their stuff just sitting around cooling, baking, or whatever. I ain't got to stand here and watch it. You know, not thinking somebody gonna do something so crass and disrespectful and stupid. Man, listen, Tommy come to me, he like, man, Tune. Now the class is huge. We moving around the class, you know what I'm saying? You could lose sight of whatever you had baking if it's sitting way over there or way over here, where the counters were. Man, Tommy come to me, he say, man, Tune, did you cut a piece of the cake? I'm like, no, what you talking about? No, why would I cut the cake? It ain't been judged yet. He said, man, somebody cut the cake, man. Somebody cut the cake. I said, man, stop playing with me. He said, man, somebody cut the cake. I flew over there. Pew! When I look at it, man, I'm talking about a big chunk missing out my pineapple upside down Oreo cookie crunch cake. It's missing, man. I said, man, did you do this? I'm going off. No. I go to hollering, hey, man, who cut my cake? Who cut my cake? People looking around wondering like, hey, you know what? I said, man, one of you fools in there cut my cake, man. Who did this, man? Who cut my cake, man? Ain't nobody saying nothing at first. So it was one dude in the class that I didn't too much like. And so I accused him. I said, hey, homie, check this out, man. You cut my cake, fool. And you cut my cake, man. We finna get down. He hollered, man, Tuna, I ain't cut your cake. Man, don't come at me with all that. Man, I ain't cut your cake. I said, yes, you did. Yes, you did, fool, because I know you be hating. I know you don't like me. Fool, we might well come, man, what, man? I said, you know what? Come, we finna do this now. So the dude hollered, man, look, you tripping. Man, you tripping. Man, don't come to me with that. I didn't cut your cake. If I cut your cake, I tell you I cut your cake. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. I ain't scared of you. He lying, y'all. He scared of me, but he bluffing good. He bluffing real good. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, fool. I'm like, put that on something you didn't cut it. So at the time, he put it on what he represented. He said, man, I'm gonna tell you what. I ain't finna sit up here and sugarcoat nothing. I ain't finna throw no smoke screen for no dude. None of that. Man, yeah, you know, you can call it what you want to, but that fool right there, the one cut your cake, man. I looked at where he was pointing. Man, he pointed to this big old fat fool. Big old fat. They didn't really bother nobody. But I didn't know the man was that retarded. So I'm like, what? So I say, homie, check this out, cuz. Man, you cut my cake? Y'all got to see my eyes for this one. So I'm like, check this out, cuz. Man, you cut my cake, fool? Uh, yeah, I cut a little piece. What? You cut my cake? Man, I cut a little piece, man. It ain't gonna hurt the judging. It ain't gonna. I said, man, hold on, let me put my glasses back on, y'all. Y'all know I look cool. Anyway, I said, man, what possessed you to take your fat, stupid behind over there and cut my cake, fool? You ain't had no business cutting my cake. You ain't had no business going near my stuff, man. What possessed you to take your big dumb butt over there and cut my cake? This fool told me, man, it looked good. I gotta take him off again. It looked good. Put him back on. Man, I attacked. Man, I attacked immediately. Man, listen. At this time, I've been in Alabama long enough to learn that the most disrespectful thing you can do to a dude out here in Alabama, this is they rules now. The most disrespectful thing you can do to is slap him. Slap him. Man, that man had me so hot. Talk about he cut a. It was reflex, y'all. Bow! Man, I lit his fat jaws up. When I slapped him, man, he hollered like a banshee. Grabbed his whole head and took off running to the front of the class. He went that way and I went that way with him. Man, that fool ran straight, because you got to go through some doors. He ran straight to the free world dude that was over the class. The culinary class connected to the main kitchen that was in the prison. It was another door you can go through and you can go into the main kitchen because that's where we would get a lot of our stuff from. Because a lot of the times we would take the prison food that we were eating that day and he wanted us to be creative and take the regular prison food and flip it, twist it, season it, and do whatever and add and do whatever we want to do to try to make it something different, to try to make it as good as we can do. So, we had the doors that we would go like we had chicken that day. We'd go get chicken or fish or whatever, hot dogs. We would just go get it and try to do stuff with it. Anyway, man, the man shot through the doors and shot straight to the free world director dude and told on me. He hit me. He slapped me. He hit me, slapped me. Now, dude looked at like a giant SpongeBob with prison clothes on. Mm-hmm. He hit me. He said, didn't have no qualms about telling, didn't have no qualms about letting it be known what was going on. So now the free world dude like, what do you mean? Hold on, what's going on? Because I'm dead on his heels. When I bust through the door, I'm like, man, they're like, wait, hold on, wait. From the commotion, you got one rover police that roam through the whole kitchen stuff. He happened to be making his rounds coming back through. He come over, they like, what's going on? So the dude tell the police, the free world dude tell the police, well, I forget the dude. He called him inmate something. Inmate, I forget his name. Inmate such and such, say that this inmate right here slapped him. So he looked at me like, man, he looked at the dude. He like, man, what's going on? Man, this big old fat rat and clown pointed at me talking about, he slapped me. He hit me. I'm like, God dang. If telling was a person, him. So the police like, man, what's up, man? Did you slap him? I say, look, man, whatever he say, that's on him. So the police like, man, listen, what you mean with it? Did you either you slapped him or you didn't? I say, man, look, man, whatever, however it's gonna go, it's gonna go. Whatever he say. So now we all end up proceeding back into the class because he asked the fat fool, well, what'd he slap you for? If he slapped you, what'd he slap you for? Fat fool told it all. I cut his cake. cut his cake. So that's when the free world dude started explaining to the police about we got a contest today and that. So now the whole thing ended up shifting and going back into the culinary, the quality foods culinary arts class. So now people in there go to, speaking up, talking like, yeah, man, well, what happened was, boom, he had, made a cake and blah, blah, this and this happened and boom, dude cut it. And so now the police looking at the cake, it got a big old chunk missing out of it. I'm like, man, I say, listen, this is a grade. This is a grade that goes down on my record while I'm in this class, man. I'm trying to graduate this class and this is a grade. I'm trying to win this contest because, and get, I'm trying to get a good grade. So when I graduated, so now all this is being, thought out. All this, the whole situation is being mushed out. So the police look, the police like, man, did you cut this chunk out the man cake? Fat food talk about, yeah. Why did you cut the chunk out the cake? Man, it looked good. This how I'm looking, y'all. I'm like, so I look at the police, I'm like, it looked good. So the police like telling me like, hold on. Just be cool. So now the police tell the fat fool, you cut this man cake, his work project, because it looked good. What did you make? Man, I don't remember what he had. I think this fool, man, had some Jello or something. Man, I don't know what that clown had. The police like, man, you know what? You deserve to get slapped. You deserve to get slapped. Man, go take your fat ass back over there and sit down. So he look at me, he say, look, man, it's messed up. It's messed up. He say, don't hit him no more, man. It ain't that serious. Don't do that no more. Now he deserved what he got, but don't do it no more. I'm like, man, cool, man. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping, man. Cause now the free world dude, the instructor, he like said he ain't gonna pay no attention to the cut in it, da. Cause like I think I told y'all at the beginning of the thing, I ended up winning it. Me and Tommy won that. So anyway, they tested everything and looked at everything. Make a long story short, me and Tommy end up winning. I don't know if they gave it to us because of the commotion or we just got down, but we got down though, y'all. It looked good. It tasted good. I couldn't wait to eat it. But anyway, man, that's what happened, man. That's the, quick stupid story, man. Quick stupid story, man, about when we was in the culinary arts class, man, baking, and this fat fool came over there, man, and chopped on my cake. Boy, I was beside myself. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon One, man. You know I represent the gangsters. I'm out, man. Peace. And don't forget, go over there and check out my other station, man, The Village Storyteller. I got some heat over there for you now. I got some heat. And don't be jumping in my comments clowning me on my big old stupid glasses. I know they big stupid glasses. I just wanted to wear them. Y'all rock with your big partner, man. I'm out, y'all. Out.